What's up? What's up? What's up?
She's so extra. She wasn't even like that in her last videos. I think it has something to do with me.
It does. It does.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
more comfortable. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel more at
I
home.
happen to give that off to people.
Now she getting cocky herself.
Yes, I did.
She gonna forgive herself, and that is the topic of this video.
It is. It is.
We were having a conversation the other day, right? We always have these conversations. Like every time I make a video and I be like, me and Alyse was talking about this. Like we really do. Like she even said, it's kind of like we have housewives of South Stockton.
Where do
I
we
mean,
even
North,
live in Stockton?
North
We don't-
No, but seriously though, right?
And we're not even wives. But yeah, I said like love and hip hop.
Love and hip hop. They're all the same, you know what I'm saying? No, but we were talking about how it's so much easier for us to forgive others, but not ourselves.
Yes, it is.
It is. And so, no, we ain't got nothing to say. No, but seriously though, so we were just like talking about it, and we were specifically talking about a topic of her and a previous relationship.
Yes.
You wanna touch on that? Like
Yeah.
kind of
So
the general.
yeah, so you have problems with people, and sometimes they'll do something and it's hard to forgive them, or it's hard to have that same type of relationship with them again, and you just like, you know what, I'd rather just be done with it. I don't want to have anything to do with this person, blah blah blah. But then me, knowing myself, I'll say these things, but if I really love you, like, I will forgive you. I know that I will forgive you. And I think people know that they know that I will forgive them. So I don't think that they do it on purpose because they're like, oh, she's going to forgive me. But whatever. Anyway, so I was talking about that, and I was like, I'm so forgiving. Like, if you come to me, or if you come to me and be like, look, Alyse, this is what it was, or blah, 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 and that's all that you need to do. Once you do that, it's over. It's
That
like,
goes a long way.
yes, it won't be awkward. It won't be like nothing like that, because it's like, come give me a hug.
Yeah.
Come give me a hug. I missed you. I love you. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's so easy for me to forgive these people. But when I thought about it, I'm like, I didn't realize, like, I really don't forgive myself for a lot of things, because you guys know, some of you guys know that I'm writing a memoir about my life.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So as I'm writing it, and I have to relive all these past experiences that I've experienced, I hurt a lot of people along the way, like, which we all do. That's a part of learning and growing, and all of that. And some things that I talk about, it makes me question, like, do I really want this other person to read this and have to relive it the way that I'm reliving it? Because I don't want to take them through it again. But even though I'm writing the book so that I can, let everybody know how these different walks of life and these different, things that you go through in life, like how they can mold and shape you. So it's really not about the other person. But it just made me realize, like, I have not forgave myself. And how come I can't forgive myself as easily as I can forgive someone else? Is it because
We gotta be
we
careful
gotta be
with shaking the table.
Okay,
'cause
okay.
it shakes the camera. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
like, no, you made me forget.
I'm sorry, but you were talking about how it's you're doing it for yourself in order to show other people, like, the different walks of life and all these
Yeah,
different
yeah.
experiences.
So I don't remember what I was gonna say. So we just gonna wrap that up with with I do wish it was out. How do we forgive ourselves as easily as we forgive others? If we do forgive, maybe we need to learn how to forgive others, and we can only forgive ourselves. Like, how do you really go about forgiving?
I was thinking about it all when you were talking, because I think that was a great example you used, because this is why we started talking about it, because of your book. And I think that the reason why a lot of times, like, I'm referencing it to, like, our parents and different, like, older people, they have so many judgments and so many things they
Yes.
place on
Yes.
us, and it's like they never forgave themselves when they were younger for the things that they did. And so when they look at us, it's like, don't do this, don't do that, and we only see it as a negative thing, but it's really them trying to protect us. But I'm saying all that to say it's like a lot of people don't forgive themselves for things that they didn't mean to do, or things that just happened because that was the journey that you were supposed to take. And so they look at other people, and they it causes all these different judgments. And so I think in order for us to learn how to forgive others, we do truly need to go back and think of why it is that we're not able to forgive ourselves. And then that ties into what we were talking about, is acceptance.
Yes.
Like being able to accept what's that this you got on your arm, the sobriety
Sobriety prayer.
yeah, it's, what does it say?
It says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
And that just all goes in so beautifully together, because you have to accept the things you cannot change. We cannot we cannot control the outside.
Right.
We can only accept what life is giving us. Because in my other video, which you guys should check out, talking about patience, we what was I about to say? Oh, I really lost it.
It's happening like that right now. There's a lot of distractions around this.
It was great. Life is so unpredictable.
There we go.
Life is unpredictable, and we have to be patient.
What was his
with
hair? Oh my God. Okay, sorry.
No, but seriously, we have to be patient enough. We have to be patient enough to understand life's unpredictability, and that we cannot control it, and that we have to forgive ourselves and others in order to live a free and
Clear?
loving life.
Okay, yeah. Like I was telling her earlier, like as far as acceptance goes, we do have to learn how to accept ourselves, that person, place, or thing, or whatever it is, for whatever it is. Like this pencil. We're not gonna have an argument about if this is a standard pencil or a lead pencil,
Right.
because what is it?
It's a lead pencil.
Thank you.
Right.
This is a lead pencil,
Click, click.
just like that. If we can accept the fact that this is a lead pencil, why can't we accept that we have made these mistakes? We went through what we went through for whatever the reason or whatever it is. Like, we should be able to accept that it happened, it's done, it's over with. Let's move on, move past it, and figure out a better way to keep it moving. Like, and to not dwell on what happened or how it could have happened or whatever. Like, it is what it is. Take what you learned and what you experienced and reach out or help people who come to you with similar issues. Like she talked about her last video, as far as like not going through certain things so that we can help the next person.
And
That's what you talked about, right?
yeah. And I'm thinking of an example, because we all do better when we have examples. Not to get too personal, but Alyse has a part in her book. I don't know if you want me to talk about this.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I love it.
Little promo.
Okay.
And in one of her previous relationships, they got into a lot of physical altercations. And so
For 9 years.
9 whole years. And she could be beating herself up about that right now, because there's so many people who say, girl, if he hit me, I would have left. It's so easy to say that, right? It's so easy to just think it's that simple to just get up and leave. This is a whole 9 years you're talking about. This is somebody you believe loves you. We can go deep into that conversation about, unhealthy love and thinking that some people's form of love is through abuse. Like, that's how some people think love is. We could go into that whole topic, but it's just interesting to see how she had to go through that journey and and accept what happened to her and to forgive herself and to be able to tell people now you can get out of that situation.
Right.
Because there's people that she's told today that have experienced it, and she's been able to tell them, like, you know, don't beat yourself up about it. You're the one who went through it. You go ahead and talk about it.
Right. Oh.
I'm over here telling everybody what you said. Like, you know, I think that is so brave and big.
And you know why I think that I had to go through that? Because once upon a time, or a time in my life, I was so judgmental, and I'm battling, okay, because we're not going to say I have.
Right.
I battle with control issues. I like to control things around me and the people that I love and care about the most. So I had this friend who was in a relationship. We was young. We was 17. And he was always putting his hands on her, and like he left on the side of the freeway, like he did all these things to her, and I'm like, and she's crying to me, and when she cried, I felt every like ounce of the hurt that she was carrying, and I'm just like, girl, why are you with him? Why? Because I love him, and he's sorry, and da 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 da, and I'm like, ugh. I was so irritated, like, how could you? And then it wasn't just her. Then I also had another friend around the same time that it was the same thing, like, uh-oh. Okay, we're back. Right. Oh, I know, huh? Okay. It was like the same, I don't know if it's working.
It's okay.
Okay,
They'll be able to hear you probably.
Oh, yeah, through there. Okay. So, she was going through the same thing, and I'm just like, I don't understand why I keep on having friends like this. Like, I don't even want to be their friend no more. Like, that's how irritated I am, because I don't want to be around nobody who is like making these dumbass decisions. Like,
and it's crazy
that's
how when
hella
you
stupid.
really love somebody, like, you don't want to see them hurt, and so
Yeah.
it makes you so mad when they're letting things happen to them that
Yes.
they shouldn't accept.
Yes.
That they shouldn't accept.
Right, exactly. And so,
or that they're worthy more. Worthy. Sorry, I didn't want to say that. Go ahead, my bad.
Okay. And then, bam, 20 years old. No, 19. Hold on a second.
Hold the phone.
I was 18
Yeah.
when I started this relationship. And the first time he hit me, first let's make this clear. Real quick, I gotta say this part. You know, like, I wasn't like, what? Maybe I don't have to say it. I was just gonna say, when he hit me, I wasn't just like, oh, and then like, but there are people like that. There's people like that. So I'm not even trying to make fun of the people that are like that, but I just want it to be known that I wasn't just getting hit and sitting there. We was fighting. So anyway, the first time he put his hands on me, after that whole fight, I was pregnant too. And I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Okay? Then like he cried like real tears and, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. And then because I loved him, loved him, I was just like, I forgive you. You know, there it goes again with what we're talking about, forgiveness. I forgive you. I believe in you. I know that it's not to be like this. So then it just like a tumbling effect. Like it just happens. How much worse can it get? Then I go to jail. I lose my job. I couldn't do the field of work that I was working in like for a lifetime. I barely just got that situated because of that. Like, it's just so many things. Like, and still in all, throughout the whole 9 years, I forgave him each time. And it's like, I think about it now and just like, it's back to that was hella dumb. Like, why did you, but then, I'm not gonna do the whole judging thing and judging of myself and other people and all that, because it's just really not worth it. It's like, whatever, it happened. I am who I am today because of a lot of things that happened, and I'm just accepting it.
Yeah, and to like bring this whole video to a closing, and with that being said, like, it's all just about you forgiving yourself, because at that time there were so many other factors that came into play. Like you said, you loved him, you were young, you were battling other things in your own life that you felt like you needed that love, and he was giving it to you. And when he was sympathetic, you have such a big heart, you accepted it, and you were okay with it, and you truly did believe that he was going to change, which I'm pretty sure he wanted to too, because nobody just does anything. People always do things for a reason. And so it's like, he didn't know better, you didn't know better, and that's just the way the cookie crumbled. But it brought you into this entire being. You have such a beautiful, brilliant young daughter that is one day going to be able to hold your legacy and continue this leverage of life. So it's like so many great things come out of mistakes, or whatever you want to call them. But all we have to do in order to get these things that we one day want to cherish is understand that you have to go through things in order to get to them. It's not going to be perfect.
Right.
And I think we did amazing for our first video.
Yeah, I think so too. But I wanted to say, like 3 minutes ago, when you said, and you're pretty sure he didn't want to be like that, and he wanted to change or whatever, blah blah blah. I was gonna say, which makes me think about the Twilight Zone, which you're gonna be talking about in your next video.
Twilight Zone.
Running in circles.
Y'all ain't even gonna be ready for
running
this
in
one.
circles, okay? And because he's in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
There's some people who is just, like you said earlier, who were put on this earth to be a victim.
Yes. You guys, I can't wait for us to talk about this. Drops pen.
Sorry,
Drops
I keep shaking
mechanical pencil.
Keep shaking the table.
Yeah, forgive us. No,
My hand
but
still.
I literally cannot wait for you guys to hear about that topic. Make sure you comment below the things that you are going to forgive yourself about.
Yeah, you see that lady?
And
Okay.
what it is that you feel like you've struggled with for a long time that, you think that's a good question to ask?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Things that we all kind of can relate to, because a lot of the things that we go through, I feel like a lot of people go through the same things, and when you know that another person is going through the same thing, it's easier for you to accept it.
Exactly. Just like when I read Milk and Honey, she said I needed to do what I need to do about that book. What's it called? A review.
Yes,
A review.
she wants to do a review.
Because it was almost like I wrote the book. And that's how I want people to feel when they read my book. Like,
And they will.
They're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I thought I was the only one," or "Oh my God, I had no idea." Okay, whatever. Going off again. We're probably wrapping it up, and I'm still keeping it going.
No, but seriously though, we have so much greatness coming y'all way. Like, this is just amazing. We're back on track, like we never left. Make sure you guys comment below. I really want to see what you guys have to say.
I want to see too.
Yes, this is huge.
Cause
We're
I'll
on the
be on
road
that
to
thing.
recovery.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So you know what you gotta do. What they gotta do.
Sorry guys, she gets a little cringy. What you gotta do is keep the momentum.
Yeah.